guys, Pablo from Style Systems. Yeah, the mustache guy. You already know it, right? Your image consultant. And I'm gonna share a story, a very interesting story with you guys, which is the history and the psychological or even subliminal meaning of beards. The other day I was talking about it with my brother Brian. Shout out to you, Brian. And I thought about it and said I'm gonna make a goddamn video out of it. So the history of it. I've been asked by a lot of people, is it good to have a beard? Is it bad? What does it mean? Is it going to help me get more business? Persuade more? I mean, what does it communicate? What does it say about me? Well, I'm not going to give you the whole story because I don't want to bore you, but in a nutshell, back in the day, like the Roman Empire, people that had beards were only the barbarians, the Vikings, the Germanic tribes, the Gauls, and all that. And the only reason why the Romans did not wear beards, did not grow the full beard, is because when Caesar started his campaign on the Gallic wars and all that, he said, and he actually encountered that when information with the Roman Empire, you remember the Roman army, part of why they were so effective, it was because of their discipline and their formations, their battle formations. So they had to be very, very well aligned and whatnot. But if you had a beard in the midst of the battle, in the chaos, during the chaos, some people would grab the beard of the opponent and bring him down. So Caesar literally hired an army of barbers, and before the battle, before every battle, he would give the order to shave all of his army. So it became like a custom, a lifestyle, like, okay, the Roman Empire, the Romans, the Roman army need to be shaved. And then later on, it became like a statement, like a differentiator of, okay, the barbarians, they wear the beards and whatnot, and we Romans, the civilization, we are more civilized, we are the empire, we need to differentiate ourselves from the barbarians. So that's why they did not wear the beards. And in society, in the Roman society, they started feeling, every time they saw someone with a beard, they would think immediately, they would correlate that with being barbaric. So they wouldn't like that. Because if you encountered a barbarian in Rome or inside the Roman Empire, you immediately felt a little bit insecure, you felt unsafe because they did not have any loyalty towards the Roman Empire. So that stuck in our minds, in society, that kind of stuck in there. And let me give you the other example, because that's to go. I mean, I told you I'm not gonna get too deep into the history. I'm not gonna teach you a history lesson right here. So before I give you the other side of the story, this basically what says is that when you want to get the confidence, you want to gain the confidence of another person, meaning you just met someone new, and maybe you're a salesperson or something like that. If you have a full beard, subconsciously, I mean, they're not gonna judge you and say, oh, I don't trust this guy because he's wearing a mustache. No, but this is something subconsciously, on a subconscious level, people tend to trust you less because you're wearing a beard. And it goes all the way back to what I just told you with the Roman Empire. Now, on the other hand, with the barbaric tribes, the Vikings and whatnot, the beard would significate manliness. Even with the Greeks, it would significate, the meaning of the beard was being manly. And the larger your beard, the more manly you were, right? It had to do with how much testosterone you have in your body. So if you had a full beard, you know, you were more aggressive. You know, you would look more fierce for the battle. And funny enough, the first tribe, or not even tribe, you know, the first people that started creating grooming artifacts for beards were the Vikings. You think about the Vikings, like they were all barbaric, you know, very disgusting, and you know, very that's a harsh word, right? Disgusting. Yeah, they were very what's the word? The opposite of clean. I forget my English, man. Very dirty and whatnot. But no, they were the first one, or one of the first, to create grooming habits with their beard. They would wear wax, they would comb it and whatnot. So the meaning of that would be, you know, you're very manly, and it has to do with something like animal, you know, like, you know, you see a lion with his hair, well, you see a man with his full beard. And in today's society, it is something attractive, you know. Some women, the majority of them, subconsciously, a woman may say that she doesn't like bearded men, but on a subconscious level, it's saying to her that this man has a lot of testosterone, so he's probably an alpha, or you know, he's very manly. So there's something about bearded men that, you know, women like, whether they admit it or not. And it is a distinctive detail, you can say so, if that makes sense, to men, you know. That's why you're stylish and whatnot. So that is the other side of the coin when it comes to beards. So the purpose of this video is to give you a better understanding of wearing a beard. It doesn't have to do if it's good or bad. Remember, this is one of the first rules, the axioms of imagology, of image, which says there's nothing good and there's nothing bad. There's relative, meaning what works for you. So for example, with me, you could say, well, Pablo, you're an image consultant. You're supposed to be professional, to look neat. Yes. However, I use, and that's why I want to teach you right now, whatever it is that you're going to use, you have to back it up with a story, and back it up with true meaning, instead of doing things just for the fuck of it, you know, just because you like it. Oh, I'm just wearing my mustache because I like it. No, it has a purpose. It has a branding purpose. I mean, look at this. And I can bet you from the bottom of my heart that every time you see a mustache guy, you know, a mustache like this, if you've been following me, you think like, oh, shit, Pablo, or Style Systems. Not only that, I mean, as an image consultant, if you look at all of the other image consultants, they don't look like me. So I changed my style. If you are familiar with the 7 different styles, I changed one of my styles, and that's why I started growing my beard, and specifically with this style, because it stands out and it communicates something. However, if I would want to work as a lawyer, or you know, if I want to work as an accountant or something like that, I would not be able to wear my beard. So you have to calibrate. You have to think what it is that you're going to communicate, and if it's going to help you to get what you want, or communicate what you want to your target audience. It's not about looking good, it's not about looking bad, it's about, is it going to work for you? Is it going to help you getting more of your goals, getting, you know, helping you move forward towards your objectives and all of that? That's how you should be thinking. So now you have a better understanding of what beards communicate, instead of being just a trend, you know. Don't start wearing things, fashion or haircuts or beards, just because it's a trend, just because it's fashionable. You know, you and me know that fashions and trends come and go, and it is a cycle. You know, it always is a cycle. So do it because it will help you towards your goal, you know, help you get more of what you want. And hopefully this makes sense to you. And now go shave yourself, or you know, grow your mustache, but get a better understanding of all of this. With that, I'm gonna leave you. Become the best version of yourself, and stay tuned. I have very special announcements coming tonight, so stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one.